so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're joining me from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I upload a video. You can be among the first to receive it. Then go to the comment section at all times. Leave your comment, drop your contribution. If you have suggestions, make it out there. If you have any criticism, put it down on the comment section. It will make us to get better, presenting you a better program.
And on the left of Mazinandikan, we don't take the word of Fulanis as a joke. We take them serious. That is why we face them head on. We speak on that language that they understand. And it doesn't matter the propaganda and blackmail you bring. It should be dead on arrival. Wherever you are in Biafra land today, this is the time of reconciliation. This is the time for you to think home. Whatever propaganda and blackmail you have, whatever hatred you have, keep it in your pocket. I have talked about self-preservation. We have to revisit self-preservation. How do we preserve ourselves? That should be the utmost concern of everybody in Biafra land. Self-preservation. That should be our utmost concern at this particular point in time. The only thing that's supposed to matter to you today is how to get your own nation, a place where you can be able to pursue any career you want, a place where you can be able to dream, have any dream, aspire for things and get it. That should be your concern, because already today it is very clear for you that in the contraption corner there are certain things you don't aspire for because it will never come to you. In the present Judiciary Republic, there are certain things you must not aspire for. There are certain things you must not put your hand into. It doesn't matter how qualified you are. It doesn't matter how educated you think you are. It doesn't matter how popular you are. There are certain positions you cannot attend as long as you remain in the Judiciary Republic. It's either you accept to be a slave, third-class citizen, or you are not. And I tell you today, many Biafrans are very much awake. That is my joy. When I remember somebody like our Supreme Leader Mazen Nandekano, I am filled with joy. When I see somebody like our spokesperson Mazen Simon Ekpa, I feel with joy. I know there are still men who are men. When I see the autopiloted people, IPOB, autopiloted by Chukwukabe, when I see them, I have faith that there are still people who can lay their life down to change the status quo. When I see the group of Umuada, our women, Umuada, standing their ground to make difference against all odds. So many of them have faced different kind of attack, different kinds of name calling and humanization. Still, when I see Umuada, the Umuada standing their ground, I have no fear. I feel with joy that there are still people there who are ready for that which is right. When I see our autopilot media decimating information, debunking all the lies, and setting the record the way it's supposed to be straight, I'm filled with joy. And I know that victory is sure. Chukwu will never lie. He can never lie. His yes is yes and his no is no. Whatever he says must definitely come to pass. It might tarry, but it will come to pass. Or the actualization of Biafra have tarried for so long. The actualization of Biafra has tarried for so long and will not anymore. Today, the enemy have set the stage by themselves. They have lit the fire already. And we're going to match them word to word, action to action, in question of hours. If you are in Biafra land today and you're watching me, prepare yourself. Honorable one now also. I always like to remind you about this word, honorable one now also, because it is very important. That is what is going to save us. That is why the reconciliation message is very important. Also. That is the only way we can survive. That was one of the major things that helped us during the Civil War. Whatever we have sharing it together. We are fighting together in one mind. Injustice against one is injustice against all. Do not be a friend to the enemy of your brother. Don't be a friend to them, because he's definitely going to take you out. He will only use you to get at your brother, and at the end, you'll be destroyed. The hater of your brother cannot love you. It doesn't matter how you pretend or how he pretends. The hater of your brother cannot love you. That's one thing some people don't know. Today, when I see people shouting on different platforms, talking about their court, I laugh. When I see people on different platforms talking about go to court, go to court, go to court, I laugh. We are too lazy and too dull to do things at the right time. The mistake we made in the past is still what is haunting us up to today. Did any one of you remember when the Chief Justice of the Federation was removed? Onoye. I want to take your mind back. Every one of you were here when Onoye, the Chief Justice of the Federation, was removed for no just cause. They removed him. For no just cause, the executives left their own arm. Executive arm of government left their own, and they came to judiciary arm of government and they removed the person that is in charge. The executive removed him. All hell did not break loose. People kept silent and they pretend they didn't say it. People felt it was okay. You didn't protest. In Nigeria, you don't journalists, you don't do anything. They were all still moving along, doing what they feel like is good for them. Onoge was removed in broad daylight. And you saw where it led us to. You saw where it led us to. They took the judiciary and handed it into the Sharia. The Caliphate held it, and they began to use it to commit all manner of atrocities, all manner of, begin to sign all manner of bill and all, bill this and bill that, begin to cause all manner of havoc. We are following that same foundation. That was when they put fear in the judiciary. Judiciary can no longer stand on their own. They can't even speak their voice. Look at the case of Wasula Mazin Nandekano. In the case of Wasula Mazin Nandekano, 3 judges unanimously say, let him go. Instead of obeying the order of the court, they transferred the judges, sent them away, and they brought the ones that will obey them. The 3 judges were transferred automatically, and they brought the ones that obeyed them. And since then, they played the state of execution of judgment. Even though when they know it's an illegality. That illegality is still going on, and nobody's talking. It doesn't concern you. After all, he's an Igbo man. After all, it is Mazen Nandekan. He's not a member of your family. He's not your direct brother. It doesn't concern you. What is important to you is your own political career. No, I will not talk about him so that it will not affect my political career. And today, that your dead dream has been affected. You want to go to the same court which you supported their illegality to fight for you to get freedom. And you think that Chukwu will permit you, or you think you will succeed. You will never succeed. You never succeed. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your garden time. And that is why we, the Biafran people, we are not giving chance to any idiot. We are not. We don't give ear or chance to any idiot anywhere. We don't. We are focused on that which we want, and we pursue it until we get it. And we will definitely get that which we want. Chukwu Okike Abiyama gave us the foundation that we are following. Chukwu Okike Abiyama gave Mazi Nnamdi Kanu the template you see us playing today. And in that template, we pursue it. Mazi Simon is following diligently into our freedom. And there's nothing any man can do about it. If you are a Biafran, you still have, if you're a Biafran and you're sitting at the fence, or if you're a Biafran and you have betrayed in one way or the other, this is the last opportunity for you. After this time of grace, whatever happens to you, you will be held responsible. Whatever happens to you, your blood will be on your head. The chance has been given for you to redeem yourself. If you fail to redeem yourself, so be it. We can help you. Chukwu Okike Abiyama, who have placed us the state that we are today. Chukwu Okike Abiyama, who has given us the grace today to be alive up to the very minute. Chukwu Okike Abiyama, who has laid the foundation for us to work out. For us to establish a nation where he will be worshipped in truth and in spirit. We will never disappoint him. We will follow that template he has given us to the last. And I'm telling you that in a few days' time, we are going to be singing a different song. Every Biafran across the world, any part of the world you are as a Biafran, I urge you to continue to pray and focus. Don't get distracted. Do not be weak. Do not listen to the voice of the enemy. Do not let them to discourage you or distract you. Be focused. Be focused. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said the Biafra will come in such a way that no man will take the glory. The last miracle of the planet Earth is about to happen. Look at how things are going. Just look at it. When I look at how the whole thing is unfolding, I will laugh. You know, when we said nobody should come out for the election, Biafran people should sit at home. What they were watching is to see how we attack our brothers and sisters and kill our brothers and sisters and that. And we have said, time with that number, that these people are the ones using this to blackmail us. That is why it is important that Biafrans, when we say sit at home, you sit at home. Because they are the blackmailers. So they were waiting. Some of them who were still ignorantly thinking that we are the ones taking life of Biafrans, they were waiting to see what happened. One of the idiots confronted me and he called me and he was talking rubbish. Thank God I blocked the nonsense out of him. Called me. One of the idiots, he called me on phone. Maybe simply because he knows me and he called me on phone. He was talking trash. I didn't have anything to respond to him. I just, I block him. Maybe he'll be watching me because he knows my platform. If you don't have anything to offer, allow those that have things to offer to continue. If your brain is dead, go ahead with your dead brain. Biafra is big. Biafra is going to contain every one of us, both our visitors, our in-laws, and friends. Biafra will contain every one of us. So if you feel you cannot be able to fight for it, keep silent. Just keep silent and relax. Go away. When Biafra comes, you can come in. If you know you don't have the liver to stand, to talk, or to fight for Biafra, just give way. Look for any country to travel to. Look for anywhere, go and hide yourself. In Biafra land, we have men who are men. We have volunteers. We have people, Biafrans, who are ready to put their life on the line to make sure that the kingdom of God on heaven is established on the planet Earth. We have men who are waiting. We have allies who are waiting. Everything is in place. Just like our spokesperson, Master Samanako, said in his broadcast, if you have listened to him in his broadcast, he said every single thing that will make Biafra a reality, they are in place. So when you hear us talking about reconciliation, it is not as if we are begging you to come. We are not begging you to come and do anything. We are not begging you to come and do. What we are saying is that we want you to have peace within yourself. Have peace. so that you can be able to survive and step into Biafra as well. Because some of you will die out of high blood pressure. Some of you, what you will see will marvel you. What you see will make you commit suicide. That is why we are trying to reconcile you back, so that you can be able to understand what is happening. For those of them who have sold their soul to the devil, nothing will stop you not to face Biafran law. You will answer your case in the Biafran court of law. If the court of law in Biafran land said that you are innocent, so be it. But if you are found guilty, you are going to face the full wrath of the law in Biafran land. You must have to pay attention at this time. This is a great opportunity in Biafran land. If you are a Biafran, those of you who has mistakenly, one way or the other, misunderstood our goodwill for Biafran people, the people that has conscience, this is an opportunity for you to have a turnaround. We are not asking you, I repeat, we are not asking you to come and fight or come and join us to do. No, that's not what we're asking for. Be silent. Come back to your senses. Make contribution where you can. If you cannot, sit back. Let those whom Chukwu have given the mandate to restore Biafra, restore it. Then and after that, you can come in. Biafra will be big enough to contain every one of us. You must wake up from your slumber. Any place you are in Biafra land, if you are genuinely a Biafran, don't allow anybody to distract you or deceive you. Do not allow any blackmailer to deceive you. We have come a long way. If Mazen Nandekano could say in 2015 that we have 2016 that we have crossed the Rubicon, I wonder what he is saying now. Our Supreme Mazen Nandekano, whom you abandoned in the hand of DSS, is going to come out. Yes, he will. He's going to come out and he's going to raise the flag of Biafra. If you think that the Fulanese are taking this fight for a joke, they are not. Those of you who say you want to go to court, laughable. It's laughable. But I will advise you, those of you whom they will deceive, don't be deceived. Don't allow anyone to deceive you. Don't waste your energy. Just like you wasted your energy during the NSAS. Just like you exposed your life to danger during the NSAS, you exposed your life to danger, you wasted your energy after all said and done, things get worse. You are about to make the same mistake. Some of you are going to die for nothing. Some of you are going to put your life on the line on nothing. Some of you waste your life on nothing. Don't waste your energy. If you want to fight, fight for a just cause. If you want to fight that fight that will yield fruit. Put up a fight that will yield fruit. That is what you're supposed to do. Not this kind of fight you're fighting. No. Fight a fight that will yield fruit if you want to fight. But if you choose the other way around, it's left for you. It's left for you. But I tell you, the coming of Biafra, no man born of a woman can stop it. In 2023 that we are in 2023. So don't bother. So what about our countdown? Don't bother. I'm telling you now, we have hours to go. We have about 72 hours more to go. The autopiloted IPOB under the spokesmanship of Master Simon Ekpa and on the list of Master, we are consistency personified. Consistency, but this was the very IPOB that Mazin Nanekano talked about. The very IPOB that Mazin Nanekano told that they are whiter than snow. And he also told us that we are now in autopilot. There's no two ways about it. There's nothing you can do about it. There is nothing on the planet Earth I can do about it, I tell you. In the time that we are in, every hand must be on deck. In the time that we are in, is the appointed time of Chukwu Kabiam. In the time that we are in, the 100 men chosen by Chukwu Kabiam are very much around. And there is nothing you can do about it. This is a time of reconciliation. Every Biafran must reconcile themselves to themselves. Begin to reconcile yourself to yourself. Self-preservation. Put yourself first. Put yourself first. At least for once. Put yourself first. It is not a crime. There's no way you can love others without loving yourself first. That's why you see sometimes you see Biafran, they show much love to outsiders, but within themselves, they limit themselves. We don't have to. At this era that we are in, a time when the Fulanis have spoken openly and told us that we are not part of the arrangement in the zoo. We are not part of the arrangement. It is clear. This statement is so loud a statement that even a deaf and dumb person will hear it. You see, that's one funny thing. Some of you who are obedient, you really think that because why we are calling for no voting on election was because we hate P2B. Is that what you are thinking? Some of you who are in this one Nigeria issue, did you think in your wildest dream that why we were saying we will not participate in the election is because of P2B, we hate him all? You must be mad if that's what you think. Why we were saying that they will listen, because we knew that P2B will not win. They only wanted him to use him to legitimize the election. That was why we are calling on the Biafran people. We are calling on the Biafran people, don't participate. Because we knew that P2B was not coming in to win election, but was coming in to drag you into it, to legitimize that election. That's what he succeeded in doing. And that is the only achievement he has made. The only achievement he has made, it was to make sure he dragged the Biafran people into the election so that they will say, Biafran people voted. And that was what we saw. And we were shouting and telling you don't participate, because we knew that sincerely and legitimately, no Biafran will be a president in Nigeria. No Igbo Biafran will be a president in Nigeria. It doesn't work. It cannot happen. The Fulanis will prefer going to war than for them to allow an Igbo president. And you have seen it. In case you don't see, you have seen it clearly in this case of P2B. Even when it was very clear that P2B won every single place he won. There's no doubt about it. He won on all sides. But did they give it to him? Was he called about? Was he announced? Even in order to push him away, they made sure they disobeyed law, they break rules. That is how bad it is. When they are fighting against the Biafrans, they ignore the law, they break the rules, they break all laws, break all rules, just to make sure they get at the Biafran people. The same thing they did to Mazen Nanikan. In order to kidnap Mazen Nanikan, they break international law, went to Kenya, send Mazen Nanikan to Nigeria through extraordinary decision. The court said, they are still holding him. They break laws to hold Biafrans down. That is how bad it is. For you to deal with these lawless people, you yourself must be lawless. We have to break laws. We have to break laws. We have to break laws to get out of their hand. There's certain language that the Fulanis understand. We will have to speak in that language that they understand. We have to speak that language loud. The same way they break laws to get at us, we will break laws to get ourselves out from the zoo. May Chukwu give us strength. We must fight this battle, and we're going to win. Every Biafran watching, any place you're watching from, prepare yourself for what is coming. Prepare yourself. Never give up. Don't get distracted. No matter the propaganda you hear, no matter the blackmail, no matter, do not get distracted. Don't allow anyone. This is not the time for blames. This is not the time to allow yourself to be intimidated. This is not the time to allow people to continue to abuse and use you. Don't allow that. Yeah, welcome, my beloved brother Ifani. I've seen you trying to come in all this while, but I think they were kicking you out. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. The network is.
Yeah, I've been seeing your invitation around that the network will allow you to get in. It's too sad. That's what we have to face, but we must continue. No matter the kind of attack we get and all that, we have to continue preaching the gospel because that is what we are signed up for. And not now, in this very time that we are in, this is a time for reconciliation. Just as I was saying, every hand has to be on deck. It is not a time to blame. Whatever mistake you have made in the past, whatever way you have fallen short, you have the opportunity to make correction now. Every one of you, any place you are, you have the opportunity to make correction now. Forget about your envy, your jealousy, your pride, and whatever. If you don't do it now, you might not live to tell the story, because in hours, you are going to say things that you cannot imagine. But as long as Chukwu Kamema lives, we are going to overcome every single thing they have thrown at us. They have made their final mistake. As I said, whatever step they take comes to our advantage, and it will continue to be so until we move into our promised land. You're welcome, my brother. Can you hear me? Are you there, my beloved brother Ifeanyi? Okay. So, my fellow Biafrans, this is a time that every one of us have to reflect. You must have to reflect to where we are coming from and where we are going. Self-preservation is something I have told you that if there is something you will learn from the Fulanis, it is that self-preservation. If there is one thing we will learn from them, it is self-preservation. No matter how bad things are on their side, no matter how bad their life is, no matter how bad their brother or their sister is, no matter how bad their own tribal person is, they still accept them. They don't sell them out. That is one thing we must know. They protect their own. The Fulanis, they defend and protect their own at all times. They defend their own, they protect their own. No matter how bad their own is, they will always defend it, they will always protect it, they will always make sure that they stand for it. So in this our era, as we are moving, we must learn that. We must learn that. If there is one thing we borrow from them, that is one thing you have to borrow. Learn to defend yourself. Learn to preserve your own self. Put yourself first. Donald Trump, when he came to power, said it is America first. And he did that. That was what, throughout his tenure, he was fighting for America. And there's nothing wrong about it. Biafrans, we must have to learn to put ourselves first at this period of reconciliation before we move into our journey very soon. Are you there, my beloved brother?
Yes, I'm here. You know, one thing that
I think you're having issues with your network over there. The journey that we are on is the journey that we must take to an end. No matter how they try to hinder us, no matter how they try to stop us, we must not give in. Today, people are confessing on different platforms. Today, you see some of them getting back into their flight to where they're coming from. Some who have called us names that still have the balls, they are confessing. Some that still have the balls are saying that after all, that now finally they have realized their mistake. Some of them who are still sincere and bold enough to make a statement, they have said they realized their mistake after a long time. They are repenting. But some have not yet realized their mistake. Some are still bent on preaching that evil message. Some are still bent on working against that which is right. But for many of them, when you go to their platform, they have hung on the towel already. So many of them have said, I have lost faith in Nigeria finally. I can't vote anymore. I saw some of them cutting their PVC up. But when we told you, don't waste your time to go for that PVC, you never believed it. Mazen and they can, even before now, have made it very clear to every one of us that the only people that have the right to give you a president or whatever you're looking for is the INEC. It is not your PVC. INEC choose whoever they want. It has happened in the governorship, it has happened in the and today it's happening in the presidency. It has happened in the presidency before. INEC only decide who goes in and who goes out. But in all this time when we talk about this, people tend not to understand what we're talking about. Some pretend not to know what we're talking about. Some said, okay, let's give the last chance. This is the last chance. Your last chance has expired. And you see the same thing we are talking about. You see the same thing that is happening. Are you now going to take a new leaf and follow the right direction, which is the only solution for every indigenous person? Disintegration. Referendum. Are you now ready to pursue that referendum, which will give you the right to decide your fate? Are you now ready to pursue the referendum, which will give you the right to pursue your fate? If you are not ready, we can't help you. But I will beg you to give way for those who are ready. If